it.
Can you share your screen?
Let me see.
Okay, we have people coming in now.
Let's see if it'll.
Slideshow, John.
Oh, yours is fine.
Okay, I'll just run it.
All right. Hi, everyone.
Hi, everybody.
We're just working on our technical difficulties, but now you see everything. Happy Friday. We're going to start in a minute or two. All right, we're getting a few more people logging in. Thank you guys for registering for this webinar. This is going to be our new process moving forward, just so we know who to expect from the for joining us each month. I'm just going to get started. Obviously, my name is Iris Weinstein. I'm the Director of Strategic Partnerships. This is our March Exhibitor webinar. We do this monthly to give you guys an update on what's going on with the show and everything you need to have a very successful experience with us in November. We also have here John Gebhardt and Elias Haas, who will be joining and talking about all the exciting things that are happening in Las Vegas. So we are going to go to the next screen. I always just do an agenda so you guys know what we're going to be talking about today. So we're just going to do, we're going to talk about event details, specifically what is new and updated for March, housing registration, key dates, show operations and logistics, sponsorships, advertising opportunities, innovation, and of course, a mention about our global portfolio of events and our most recent or our upcoming event in Italy this May. And then of course, questions and answers. So I am just gonna start with event details. This is just a reminder, we get questions every week just to clarify the dates of the show, November 13th through the 16th. November 13th is Education Day. So it's a full day of education starting at 9:30 and it ends at 5:30. Trade show days are Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, November 14th through the 16th. So just wanted to make sure everyone knew that and that the show is at the Mandalay Bay Convention Center. All right, March update, super exciting. We have an official open date for registration this year. The week of April 11th. I'm gonna talk a little bit more about that in the next slide, but housing is available. So we have talked in our last webinar about adding additional hotels for the ISSA show. We now have 6 hotels in the on-peak housing portal. So if you have not made your housing reservations, please go ahead and do that. We have at Mandalay Bay, Delano, Luxor, Park MGM, MGM, and what am I missing? New York, New York. I think I already said that. So those are the official hotels. The rates we have as low as $68. Excuse me, we have as low as $68 all the way up to $275. So the price range for not only exhibitors, but attendees, we have every option available. So not to worry. Education, the last call for proposals, today is the day. So we do have a lot of proposals for our robust educational schedule, which will have over 70 sessions this year. That's a combination of Monday education as well as the on-floor education. Expanded show attraction areas. We talked last time about Wednesday, November 15th at 3 o'clock. We will be having a show floor happy hour. So you as an exhibitor can have an event during that time. You can buy one of our bar sponsorship packages. There'll be some exciting things happening at the Innovation Showcase and Theater, where we will be announcing the Industry Choice Awards. There'll be stuff going on in the Sustainability Hub, as well as the ISSA experience. We'll have some things going on there as well. The next thing is the Big Bash, the ISSA Centennial Celebration, which is the big event after hours that we want all exhibitors and all attendees to attend. The event is sponsored. The centennial sponsor of the event is Spartan Chemical. There are numerous sponsorship packages, and we are really thrilled to be having this big event this year. And that's pretty much in general of what's happening in the month of March that we've been working on. I'm going to talk a little bit more about registration, which I believe is the next slide. So here is actually a screenshot of the housing options, but I want to talk about registration and what does that mean? So ISSA, as a benefit to our members, will be sending out emails in the next, actually an email went out yesterday. Another email will be going out next week. And then the official registration email to ISSA members only will go out the week of April 11th. If these are your customers, if you're an in-house service provider, a building service contractor, or a distributor, wholesaler, you're going to be able to register to attend the show and to buy the Big Bash tickets. So we have discounted rates for the all access pass as well as expo only passes. So this opportunity for our members is going to be valid through the end of May. We want to make sure that all of your customers know that they can register. Non-members will not be able to register until June. So I want to make sure you guys are aware of that. So if any of your customers are not sure if they're a member, they will just need to contact the ISSA membership team, and that will be more than happy to walk them through the pricing for membership. That is pretty much what we have for registration. And then I think I'm going to pass it off to Elias to talk about key dates.
Awesome. Thank you, Iris. So these are the key dates that we have coming up here this year. I'm just going to touch on a few, as you guys can obviously see here. One important one here is this May, the Innovation Award. You'll be able to start having access to your portal to upload videos and pictures. This is pretty important. You can get your company's product out there right at the jump. Voting does take place in July, as you can see here. But the most exposure you can get is definitely the best and most beneficial, especially when entering this award show. Another thing to touch base on is, as Iris said, this June, the attendee registration will be open, as well as your exhibitor service manual, which you'll find in your show portal, which I'll touch on here in a little bit. And then August, we get up to the print ad and listing deadline. So if you guys have any sponsorships that you guys done, you want to make sure you guys have all your specs in. That way we can have everything squared away before we get to the show in October. And then next slide, please. And then now I'll touch base on a little bit on the agenda here. In these next few slides, I'm going to tell you guys about the proper email formats you guys should be getting and who it should be from. At this time, a lot of spam emails can go out and that stuff as well. So we just want to make sure you guys are aware that you're getting the contact information from our end, as well as touch base on the exhibitor portal, with where you'll find the checklist, such as booth guidelines, upgraded listing options and stuff like that, as well as your estimated cost sheet that you guys will need for the show. And then we'll also touch base on the show planner and upgrading your listing in a little bit more detail. Next slide, please. So yeah, to touch on the unauthorized vendors, one thing I want to let everyone know is that any email confirmation coming from us will have this trade show logo on the bottom, or as well as any sales contact from me, John, or Iris as well. On Peak is who handles all of our housing, so that would be where the email is coming from, as well as we do not sell our attendee list from the show. So if you have any emails about that, please ignore, or you can also report them from spam as well. And the next slide. So once you get to your Exhibitor portal login, if you're unsure where this is right now, you can always email your account executive who helps you on your package, and they'll be able to send you a login. As you can see, you'll get your Exhibitor ID, password, and name to log in, and this will get you to your portal where you'll have everything you'll need for the show, which you'll see a little bit here on the next slide. Some important things to note here, for instance, the tiles will be very helpful all the way leading up to the show. For any Exhibitor webinar series that we've done, you'll click on this tile. We already have February's up there, and usually following the Friday when we do these, it's up there by the next week for March. So if you guys ever want to go back and review this PowerPoint as well, you can. Something important as well, you can use the bottom right tab to book your hotel and travel through on Peak, such as Iris was saying, just in case you can't find your original email. And then as well, you can upgrade your digital listing here. This is one of the best things we have for the show. It keeps live track of your online leads, where you can either click view leads and stats, or you can even click on that leads button in the closer to the show, and it will send you a detailed list of all your Excel lead information. And then finally, the most important part that you guys will need here on the show coming up in the most recent is your Exhibitor checklist, which is the top left tile, and that will bring you to here. This is a very important, especially at this stage, to update your product categories for the show, online videos, contact information, especially if you guys have that upgraded listing. It's very important to have kind of all these documents as well, because anyone that's interested can click that add to my show planner, and it will keep live generation leads for you throughout the show from March to March. So very important to come in here. Some other items you'll also see is your booth construction guidelines or estimated cost sheet as well. So if you need any of those items for whoever's helping build your booth or booth designs as well, this is where you will come for that.
I'm going to add one thing, Elias. So new this year, we updated the product categories. So in past years, we carried over your product categories. This year, we did not. So I've noticed that a lot of companies have not gone in to take a look at your exhibit directory listing. Please go in, make sure you check off the appropriate product categories so people can find you. And the next screen, you'll see how very apparent it is that, when someone is searching in the ISSA show planner, they can search by product categories. We want to make sure that your company is listed there.
Perfect. And then one last thing I'll say before I hand it over to John to tell you guys about the My Show Planner is we will be answering all the questions at the end. I'm keeping a live track of them as well, and I will make sure we get those answered for you guys towards the end. And I'll hand it off to John now.
Perfect. All right, guys. So as you can see on this slide, we did make some, and I'll give Iris all the credit here. She has been working hard. We made updates to our planner site. So as you can see, it looks more interactive. Still a few things that are going through, but it looks really, really good. So as she said, the product categories, and then we'll go into the sponsorship piece that I did. As Elias mentioned, everybody gets a basic listing, which is your address, phone, website. But we always recommend to everybody doing the level 1 upgrade or the level 2 upgrade. That would get you in that featured exhibitor category. As you see, like from this data right there, you get 415 average leads per upgraded listing. They get way more views. And I kind of look at it as a way you get the leads in a great format, you know where they're coming from. But it's also just a great way to showcase your product and put stuff out there that, a lot of ISSA is known for, launching products and doing things innovative and new. So it's a great way to put out what you're doing. So highly recommend upgrading. Elias, myself, or Iris can help any of you guys do that. Some key things just to keep in mind, as we said, registration for you guys, June, July timeframe. On the Boost app badges, we get a lot of questions about it. So just so everybody knows and is clear, every 100 square feet, you get a badge. And then for membership, you get 2 badges. So if you have a 100 square foot booth, plus you're a member, you get 3 badges, and then so on and so forth per square footage. And then the industry partner members receive 5 additional booth badges. If you need extra beyond the allotment you get, it's 75 per person. There's a 125 all access pass, which give you access to all the education. And then we will have big bash tickets available as well. We have a guest program that we've been doing for years that'll come available closer to July timeframe as well. We know it's popular and we'll keep doing that. Sponsorships, so one of my favorite things. So I'll go through a few key items that we wanted to highlight for you guys this month. The first one is our monthly Innovation Insight newsletter. It's our true digital lead generation tool. 50,000 send out to our whole kind of database of attendees. We have sold a few of these so far, but we still have great dates available and slots for September, October, and November. The feel of this is kind of what you're seeing on the screen. It will be a little bit more updated when we get it, and then everybody can see it. But it's a great product, true lead generation tool. You get a full lead list after the send. So I can't recommend it enough. And especially at the lower cost point, I think it appeals to every exhibitor on the show. The second one, this is a brand new product that we launched. I think we talked about it last webinar, but want to bring it up again. The What's Hot digital and print version. We'll have it in some print version, but also digitally. We'll send out an email prior to the show. And then what it is as you can see the next page, it'll look with our branding, but similar look. It's your logo, company name, title, the person answering these questions. And basically the 4 questions are, how's your company addressing current market needs? How's your company weathered supply chain issues? What trends do you see help fuel the next 10 years? And what can they expect to see from you at the show? So it's a great way to get some messaging out about what your company's doing and all the great things that we love our exhibitors for. So it's just a great product at around the like $4,000 price range to do. And we already sold about 10 of these, but we're looking to sell about 50. So if you're interested, again, please reach out to one of the 3 of us and we're glad to talk about it. Next thing is the Big Bash event. As we mentioned earlier, Iris has mentioned, this is a huge party we're throwing this year at the Hakkasan nightclub. If you guys have never been there, it's amazing. It's one of the best venues out there. And then we sold the Centennial package, but we still have Diamond, Big Bash A, Big Bash B, Big Bash C. 150 per person ticket price. But if you have any questions or want more details on some of these Diamond, Big Bash A, B, or C, just again, reach out to us and we're happy to answer them for you. On the on-site signage piece, one thing that we really wanted to highlight in this webinar is this lobby space at the Mandalay Bay is beautiful, and it has these great, beautiful columns, and there's new carpet, and these column graphics will really pop. So you can do, it's per column per side is how we charge it. If you want all 4, it's kind of a 20K package, but if you just want to do 2, that's great as well. This is just a great way that'll really pop. And everybody as an attendee is going to see it. And then finally, our innovation program. This is near and dear to my heart. I think it's one of the best things we do at this show. And we have multiple categories. So if you have an innovative product, make sure to bring it in. But we have a distributor choice, a manufacturer rep choice, and facility provider choice. And then with this, you get all these great things, 10-minute presentation, you get a floor graphic in front of your booth, you get a pre-show video that's about 2 to 3 minutes for the show that we post on our website. You get to display your product like you see here. Extensive exposure. We do a great job of promoting this program. I can't highlight my team enough for the great job they do promoting this. So if you have a great product, I highly recommend doing this. It's honestly a great value play and a great way to launch something. So that is my spiel on sponsorship. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to email sales@issashow.com and I will pass it off to Iris.
All right. Thank you, John. That was great. We have a ton of other options for you. when you log into your exhibitor portal, we have the live sponsorship gallery. You could actually go in there, view all of the inventory, and purchase any of your sponsorships from the gallery. Or of course, we'd love to talk to you more about the options and kind of walk you through it, either by email or by phone. So I am going to end here with the global portfolio of events that ISSA has around the world. Our next event internationally, we just actually finished with China Clean Expo in Shanghai, which were over 400 exhibitors and over 10,000 attendees. Our next event is going to be in Milan, Italy. We will have over 13,000 attendees. Right now, we're over 320 exhibitors. It is co-located with a food and hospitality show called Tutto Foods, which has about 80,000 attendees and 3,000 exhibitors. It is going to be our first year in Milan, Italy, hosting this event. This event typically has taken place in Verona for the last 26 editions. So if you guys have an interest in exhibiting or attending the show, please reach out to me. We do have ISSA member exhibit rates. It is not too late to decide to exhibit. We do have a smaller package for exhibiting that is a 12 square meter or a 9 square meter booth that will it's a little bit under $5,000 to exhibit at the smaller booth, and the booths come with a standard furnishings package. So we want to make it really easy for you to participate. So please just reach out to me if you have any questions or are planning on attending, so I can meet you guys when you are there. So that is it. Oh, I'm sorry. The last thing is, not only are we around the world, but we are also on the scene in the US. This is just a listing of all the places that the ISSA show and ISSA will be exhibiting, at least our team promoting the ISSA show. So we just finished RIFMA, Restaurant Facility Management Association, and we are off to Dallas, or at least I'm off to Dallas next week to go to Connects with John and with Pam. We also have in the month of April is IFMA, San Francisco Network in Las Vegas. The Experience is going to be in Florida. DPA is also going to be in Florida, and United Group will be in Phoenix. So we have a lot going on in April. Hopefully we'll get to see many of you there. Please, drop us a note, send us, a message via social just to let us know that you're going to be there so we can come and stop by, or have a drink at the bar. So that is all we have for this month's webinar. I know there's going to be lots of questions. Elias, what do we have here?
All right, so for the first one, do you know if Thursday nights are available at any of the hotels? I believe the answer is yes. I'm pretty sure at all the hotels we have every Thursday available. Iris, you can chime in on this one.
Yes, Thursdays are available. However, with the Formula One race being in town starting on the 16th, the rates are going to be more expensive than the previous nights. So please, just when you're looking at the information in the portal, you're going to see a big difference. But we do have availability at all the hotels.
Okay, perfect. So for this next one, it's going to be a two-part question for you. They said, why were some nights sold out at Mandalay Bay the day that registration went out for vendors? I could make Sunday to Thursday reservations. Followed by the second one, they said when they logged into OnPeak, no matter what dates they input into OnPeak for hotels, it showed no availability. But when they were when I'm not logged in, they could see availability.
So here's what I would tell you regarding the OnPeak portal. If you are not seeing something that you're looking for, please reach out to, there is an actual email address that you can reach out to that goes directly to OnPeak, or you can use the phone number that we provide. And we'll make sure that everyone on this, on this webinar has access to it. If there are, errors in the portal, please just let us know. If you've already made a reservation and want to make changes to it, or you've already booked at Mandalay Bay and you want a different hotel, all you need to do is really reach out to On Peak, let them know what the changes are, and they will accommodate you. So if whoever said that there might be an issue with the portal, if you can just message us directly so we can check back with the vendor to make sure that it gets corrected.
Yeah, just to touch on that again, Iris, they said they had called that number a couple of weeks ago and they said that there were no rooms at Mandalay Bay.
That is true, because we were working on adding inventory, which has taken a little bit longer than expected. So if you call them today or anytime next week, all the inventory has been updated. So when you go to the On Peak portal right now, it actually tells you the number of rooms that they have available per night.
And then the last one I have here as of right now, you mentioned earlier in our slide that an email went out yesterday regarding some information. Do you remember which email that you referenced earlier?
Yes, I was talking about ISSA members who received an email yesterday saying that registration is opening soon. Exhibitor registration is different, so you did not receive that email. Member manufacturers and associates did not receive that email. That email only went to distributors, contractors, and in-house service providers in the ISSA database that are not exhibiting.
That's all the questions we have right now.
All right. Well, good. Well, we will definitely have some more information at the end of April for you as we get closer to the show in Las Vegas. We always put a little bit of a personal touch to our webinars by putting in some important animals and people in our lives. And of course, many of you have already seen Bronco, Elias's Bronco, my family's hamster Chunk, and John's nephew George. So thank you so much for joining us today, and please reach out if you have any questions. Have a great weekend.
Thank you, guys.
See you guys at the show.